In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to use this beautiful sort of scenic die in the new Wild Animals Outback collection by FindIt Media against some mirror card. This is actually a Crafts 2 linen card in a metallic finish, just to give a very simple but really evocative card. Really easy, quick and simple to make. So all I need to do, I've already cut down my metallic card, and I would suggest using sort of 3 shades. Here I've got on the original silver, sort of rose copper and then the copper, and I've cut this down to just short on 5 inches by 2 inches, and you want to cut 3 panels like that. That will fit because the die itself is just short on 5 inches. So always measure the die first, and the great thing on this die is it doesn't have a base cut line. So if you wanted to have this higher up on a piece of card, it would work really, really well. But for this one, I want it at the base. I want them all the same size. So I'm just going to make sure that I put it flat against the base of the card and tape this down. So we're just going to tape this down, and then we'll run this through my die cutting machine and we'll give this a cut, and then we'll come back. So that piece has now been cut. So I'm just going to take that one off. And as you can see, easily comes out of the piece of card. And what I would say is don't waste this piece that's left. If you keep the side piece, you can use it on one of your sprayed backgrounds to give you that sort of a reverse, almost a sort of night sky with everything in reverse. So I would use the piece from the side. So we'll pop that in just to give us the actual tree. And you can see there you've got an absolutely beautiful, really different way of doing it. So don't look at just the die cut, look at the piece that it cuts from. So I'm going to take this out, pop our die back, and you can see I get this really nice, evocative sort of African sky, sort of outback sky tree against the ground and the little bushes. And again, you could use any of the wild animals in the set. You actually get in this die set a little die here which gives you a tiny little kangaroo, a couple of wombats, you've got a duck-billed platypus, and you've got, I think that's an ostrich in there as well. So you've got the little animals which you can cut and place separately, and you can place them around there. You'll see that in some of the samples that we've done. But all I need to do then is simply add a little bit of glue on here, and because this is an intricate die cut, I'm using the Craft Artist glue glaze. As it dies, it sort of sticks down die cuts that are very intricate very well, and because the glue is flat, unlike a lot of wet glues, then it won't squidge out of any of the sides or anything, and it's a very, very quick grab. So I'm going to pop this against the base and make sure it's flush against the bottom, and the 2 sides, stick our tree down. So there is my panel done, and I've done that again with a copper and again with a sort of rose gold. So I've simply got a plain 5.5 by 7.5 inch black card blank. I've matted this with some more of the copper and then another layer of black, and I'm simply going to position these on, and I want to show you how to position pieces on when you're doing a triptych, which is a panel of 3. So what I want to do is make sure that I put the bottom on first, and then I've got an even border around both sides and the bottom. Now your natural instinct is to put the next one in the middle, but that's where I always go wrong because I put it in the wrong place. So what you do is you put the top one on next. So if you were working this right to left, you'd put the right on, then the left on, then the center panel always last. So I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm matching to make sure that I've got the same level border all the way around the top and the bottom. So those 2 pieces are on, and you could put a different panel in there with a sentiment on. Again, would make a great sort of men's card, sympathy card. There's loads you could do with this. But now I'm going to put the middle section in, and what I do then is make sure that it's even on the both sides, but that the spacing between each one is even. That way I've got even spacing between it, and we've got a very simple yet evocative card using the beautiful sort of Australian theme in there.